So sometimes our symptoms of depression can keep us from even getting out of bed. So I wanted to offer you a short sequence of yoga poses that you can do even while lying in bed, right? So I often tell my clients the first thing to do is to sit up in bed, but this might even be what you do prior to even sitting up. So to go ahead and take your legs out from underneath the covers. Rest comfortably. You can use your pillow or not. So the first one is that we're going to do is a twist. So you can either keep your hands wherever are comfortable for you, or go ahead and put them out in a T. And all we do is bring our knees up and allow them to fall, or for me, I have to scooch sometimes, fall to one side or the other, and gaze over our opposite shoulder. So here my knees are to the left, my gaze is toward my right shoulder. This is a really nice spinal twist to get your spine moving in the morning. So do here, then inhale, bring it back up, exhale, let them go the other direction. Mine just popped. So this is a really nice, getting your spine moving just a little bit without even really moving a whole lot. The next one you might try is you can alternate legs, bring them up. You might point and flex, roll out your ankle, bringing your leg toward your chest, straight here. Feel a nice stretch along the back of your leg. And then switch into the other one. That's just a nice stretching out of the back of the leg. Maybe even move into your hip. Then go ahead and lengthen out long. So this is a pencil stretch. So sometimes I have to grab my elbows to kind of stretch because my headboard are scooched down. So you're going to lengthen as far as possible between your toes and your hands. Like I said, sometimes I'll kind of make it work, scooch around the bed to lengthen out long. You might even want to kind of make a C, making your banana asana here in bed. Stretching along your side body. And then the other side. And obviously dogs make it way more fun. So this is Mia and Zoe, if you might see them wandering around, because if you're anything like me, your dogs are going to be joining you on the bed, right? You can also hug your knees into your chest, rocking side to side. Giving yourself a really big squeeze. It's also the butterfly pose. So if you're needing to go ahead and get your hips stretching. Now typically in the morning, my legs are not going to stretch open this far. So if they're more like here, that's totally fine. You can even put a pillow underneath to make it more comfortable. So opening up all this hip area, the inner thigh. If you like, you can put your left hand on your heart, your right hand on your lower belly. It's a sign of gratitude. You can also stretch your arms across your body. Doing a nice stretch through your shoulder, with your palm facing down. Go ahead and raise your knees back up. Lift that right foot up. Cross it over, makes a figure 4 here. So your right ankle is on your left thigh or knee, and you can scooch it in and out, whatever's comfortable here. You can stay right here, or if you want a deeper stretch, you can put your hands either inside, right? So your hands are clasping in the back of the knee and kind of pulling it forward. This is going to stretch all around that right hip and into your glute. If you need a deeper stretch, you can always bring it on the outside. And plant your foot again, raise your right foot, and then we go ahead and raise our left foot, cross it over our right into a figure 4. Sometimes I'll even kind of push slightly to feel in the front of my hip. Again, don't do anything that harms the body. We're just trying to get our body to warm up a little bit so that we can get going. Often our bodies trap a lot of energy. You may notice that your muscles are tighter in the morning, that your joints aren't working as well. It's that fascia that is surrounding them has tightened up, and so this allows us to get some of that fascia back out again, right? A little bit lengthened, get our muscles lengthened in order to help us. Now, let's see, can you at least sit up? Whatever sitting looks like for you, you may want to just pause here for a while, right? Because congratulations, you sat up in bed. That is the very first step whenever you're feeling depressed. Just sitting up in bed. Because we do have the tendency just to lay around, we don't want to get up, we don't want to do anything. So even just sitting up in bed, changing how we're sitting even, like if you sit cross-legged, your feet out. And if you make it to sitting up and you are interested in further stretching, you can repeat some of those things that we were doing. In a way, I guess they're actually look quite a bit different now I think about it. So lifting up out of the waist, folding forward, stretching out the lower back. You can bend the knees if you like. Stretches the backs of your legs again, like whenever we were pulling our leg toward us. Another one is to put your right foot in. The sole of your foot is on your thigh. Stretching this way. Stretching toward your left foot or wherever it is that you can reach this morning. And do that on both sides. And then you can do a twist. So rather than that twist from side to side, we're going to actually twist by placing our right foot, going to cross our left, plant it on the bed, put your left elbow on the outside of your right thigh, and then you're just going to twist back. And if you can, go ahead and allow your gaze to go toward the back of the room or to your headboard or whatever's behind. And then do on the other side. So these are definitely some of the few things, right, that you can do, but of many. There's lots of options, especially once you're sitting up. But again, if you can get to that sitting up portion, you've already done so much. If you can't do more, that's okay. So if you make it to sitting up, and maybe you do some stretches, maybe you don't, the next step is to put your feet on the floor. If that's as far as you get today and you need to crawl back up into bed, get under the covers, that's okay. If you can get your feet on the floor, then see if you can walk a few steps. Or even maybe the next step is just to stand before you think about getting back in bed. So these are just a few tips for using yoga to help us get through those steps we need in order to get out of bed in the morning if we maybe are depressed, overwhelmed, or even overly anxious. Thanks.